Good morning, everyone. Today, my friends and I are here to present a presentation on the topic rainwater harvesting. So, let's get started. So, let's first know what actually rainwater harvesting is. Rainwater harvesting is the simple process or technology used to conserve rainwater by collecting, storing, conveying, and purifying of rainwater that runs off from rooftops, parks, roads, open grounds, etc. for later use. Rainwater harvesting is the process of accumulation and storage of rainwater for reuse rather than allowing it to run off. So let's now know about the history of rainwater harvesting. The capturing and storing of rainwater goes back thousands of years to when we first started to farm the land and needed to find new ways of irrigating crops. In hotter climes, catching that intermittent rainfall often meant the difference between life and death for communities. Whilst the need to conserve water fell away with greater urbanization in the last 1,000 years, we are once again returning to this ancient and vital part of greener living. In India, rainwater harvesting has been in practice for more than 4,000 years. So now the question arises, what actually is the need of rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is needed to beat the insufficiency of water to fulfill our needs. It is needed to capture decrease in groundwater levels, to upgrade accessibility of groundwater at explicit spot and time, and use downpour water for reasonable improvement. It is also needed to improve groundwater quality by weakening and to also build farming creation. The vital perspectives to be investigated for planning a rainwater harvesting framework to expand groundwater assets are rainwater harvesting system can range complexity from systems that can be installed with minimal skills. The basic rainwater harvesting system is more of a plumbing job than a technical one, as all the outlets from the building's terrace are connected through a pipe to an underground tank that stores water. Specifically, the rainfall capturing area, such as a building roof, must be large enough to maintain adequate flow of water. Now let us know what are the various methods of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting can be done by collecting rainwater in collection tanks. In places where the rain occurs throughout the year, rainwater can be stored in tanks. However, at places where rains are only for 2 or 3 months, huge volume of storage tanks would have to be provided. Another method is rooftop rainwater harvesting. Rainwater that is collected on the rooftop of the building may be diverted by drain pipes to a filtration tank from which it flows into the recharge well. This method of rainwater harvesting is preferably done in the areas where the rainfall occurs only for a short period in a year. The rainwater that is collected from the open areas may be diverted by drain pipes to a recharge borewell. Rainwater filter kit is installed at the mouth of borewell so that filtered water is recharged into the ground without contaminating the groundwater table. There are a lot of benefits of rainwater harvesting. It helps in reducing soil erosion, stormwater runoff, flooding, and pollution of surface water with fertilizers, pesticides, metals, and other sediments. It is a helpful way to tackle the scarcity of water in arid and dry regions. It also helps in restoring the groundwater level. As rainwater harvesting offers a lot of advantages, there are a few disadvantages too. Regular maintenance is required, requires some technical skills for installations, initial high cost, limited and no rainfall can limit the supply of rainwater, etc. So by now, as we all know, that rainwater harvesting is very useful and a best alternative to scarcity of water worldwide. Rainwater harvesting is the need for future generations. Therefore, rainwater harvesting should be improved to gain sustainability in various aspects in rural as well as in urban areas. Thank you everyone for watching and do practice and spread awareness about rainwater harvesting.
Greetings everyone. Today I, Ashika Rana, studying in school Jankidas Kapoor Public School, Sonipat, Haryana, is going to tell you about the topic rainwater harvesting through a presentation that is prepared in a collaboration with my friend Yashika Sharma. Water plays a significant role in our lives since it is a precious natural resource. Over the past few years, there has been an increase in water shortages in several parts of the world. Ideal measures must be put in place to help to reduce the high rate of water loss. With the change in climate patterns, people need to be aware of the alarming water shortage that we face currently and the imminent danger of severe shortage in the future. Various methods can be implemented to address the rainwater problem in most areas. Rainwater harvesting is one of the methods that can be used for rainwater conservation. So, what is rainwater harvesting? It is a technique or strategy for the collection of rainwater and storing it in the right way for future use. The water can be collected from various surfaces and platforms and stored for later use. In most cases, the water is usually collected from rooftops and other hard surfaces. Rainwater harvesting is considered a very reliable way to conserve water. This technique has been around for a very long period of time, practiced in ancient times. Over the past years, this ancient method of water storage has gone quite popular. It plays a vital role in reducing the use of potable water and increases the reliability on rainwater. In simple words, harvesting rainwater means utilizing every single drop to recharge the groundwater by simply directing it to the well or under the ground. The global threat of depleting groundwater can be best tackled by harnessing every single drop of rainwater for artificial recharge of the water tables. The need for rainwater harvesting are global water scarcity, depletion and increased exploitation of groundwater, fluctuating climatic conditions, increase in population, increased modernization and industrialization. Origin of rainwater harvesting. Traditionally, Indians worshipped both water and rain as Jal and Varun. Even rivers were worshipped. Till 3000 before Christ, rainwater harvesting happened without human effort as rain got collected in rivers and natural depressions. Now, the rainwater harvesting has happened with human efforts. Indians harvested rainwater using different methods. These methods depended on local conditions. The system of rainwater harvesting is one of the best methods practiced and followed to support the conservation of water. Today, scarcity of good quality water has become a significant cause of concern. However, rainwater which is pure and of good quality can be used for irrigation, washing, cleaning, cooking, etc. What are the different methods of rainwater harvesting? These are rooftop rainwater harvesting, surface runoff, first flush, transportation, catchment, and filter. Techniques by which we can easily harvest rainwater at our home are install a rain barrier, create a rain garden, make your own DIY drain chain, naturally recharge your wells and bore wells, a reservoir for rain. Rainwater harvesting in different parts of the world. In China and Brazil, rooftop rainwater harvesting is practiced for providing drinking water, water for irrigation, for livestock, and to maintain the water table. In Bermuda and US, all new buildings include water harvesting sufficient for the residents. In UK, rainwater tanks are used for rainwater harvesting. In Australia, rainwater harvesting is typically used to supplement the reticulated mean supply. In southeast Queensland, households that harvested rainwater doubled each year from 2005 to 2008, reaching 40% penetration at that time. Now, the advantages of rainwater harvesting are it is relatively cheap material can be used for construction of containers and collecting surfaces. Construction methods are relatively straightforward. It requires low maintenance cost and requirements. It is environment friendly. It increases the groundwater level and quality. It reduces the runoff. It reduces the soil erosion, helps in reducing water and electricity bill, provides a supply of safe water close to homes. In India as well, several measures have been taken for rainwater harvesting. The government of Tamil Nadu has made rainwater harvesting mandatory for all the buildings, both public and private, in the state. Government of Kerala included rainwater harvesting structures in new constructions. Haryana Urban Development Authority has made rainwater harvesting mandatory in all new buildings irrespective of roof area. Similarly, several state governments have made policy for rainwater harvesting. Now, green living with modern water saving technologies and lifestyles is also catching on. Our world is really under an extreme water crisis. Cities and communities would need to become more aware of rainwater harvesting, storing, and most importantly, wisely using water. Access to sufficient clean water is everyone's right. Let's pledge to save water as it could save several lives in future. Thank you.